Namaste, I'm the Queen of Cups, Montreal. This week's reading will be about your spiritual and psychic gifts. At this point, I invite you to pick the deck or crystal which resonates strongest for you. In the video description, you will find links for my spiritual services, my Etsy store, and my social media. You'll also find timestamps for your chosen reading, which you can use to navigate the video. Thank you for joining me. A special shout out to my new subscribers who came due to my tarot channel's recommendation. To all of you, please like and share, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for notifications on future readings. As always, love all and harm none. This includes yourself. Namaste, Clear Quartz group. As I mentioned in the introduction, this is going to be a reading about psychic abilities and spiritual gifts. So clairs, which is like clairaudience, which is people who hear premonitions, clairvoyance, people who see visions, clairsentience, people who feel the future, and there's even I can't pronounce it, but there's people that can smell, psychically smell. So it's just for the clairs. See what come up today. We're going to probably stick to the more basic, but hey, you never know what's going to show up. So position number 1 is how can you enhance your gifts? And this is the Vision Quest Tarot. Just to let you know, because some people ask that. Let go of doubt, let go of fear. Sometimes when we're honing our psychic gifts or spiritual abilities, we doubt ourselves. We second guess ourselves. We second guess whether our messages that we're receiving are real or factual. And that is like the easiest way to kind of kill the visions or to kill the clairs, is doubting yourself and overworking spiritual knowing, or saying like, I feel like my guide spoke to me, but maybe it wasn't real. So let go of doubt. Pretty simple. How can you enhance your gifts? Let go of doubt. And position number 2 is what gifts do the Clear Quartz group have? And of course, this reading won't resonate with everyone just because there's a few of you watching. But we'll try and target it as much as possible. And also there's that intuitive aspect as well as a pick a path reading. To a fire will. So I feel like because this is very resonating within the solar plexus and the sacral chakra, you could be a clairsentient or an empath. Somebody that feels things, somebody that senses things. You get that inner knowing. So not everybody sees the psychic visions like in the movies or like the traditional, we've come to know traditional psychics. Some people actually feel a sense of foreboding or feel a sense of what's going to happen, or pick up on people's emotions and feelings and spiritual experiences. So I do feel like this is going to resonate in your solar plexus and your sacral chakra. I want you to look up clairsentience if you haven't before. I feel like that is a gift that you have. This fell out of the deck. So you could also be an empath. I feel like because there's that oppressive feeling, empaths do struggle a lot. And since this just fell out of the deck, I thought I'd give it to you. 10 of fire, oppression. This is also happening in the sacral chakra of knowing or leaning. So you could also be intuitive, like what we sometimes refer as instinct or intuition. But I definitely feel like your knowing comes from the solar plexus and the sacral chakra. Position number 3 is what should you explore deeper? What aspect of your intuitive gifts, of your psychic abilities should you explore deeper, or aspects of yourself must you explore in order to hone your gifts? I feel like there's a healing component here. This is the medicine man, which means that you have a lot of tools and gifts and abilities. And just explore all your tools and gifts and abilities. I've tried runes. I didn't really like runes. I've tried oracle decks. Love oracle decks. Love tarot. I do use my pendulum from time to time. And this is not this is not a get to know me kind of why I'm saying this. It's because you explore how do you what resonates for you. Is it crystals? Is it pendulum? Is it tarot? Is it meditation? Something's going to resonate with you. So the best way to explore deeper, expose yourself to different mediums of knowing, different mediums of experiencing psychic messages and psychic gifts. Even tea leaves. I don't know why tea leaves just came into my mind, but explore different tools basically. So explore, how do you explore deeper? By experimenting. Position number 4, clear quartz group, is how can you better follow your intuition? How can you better follow those psychic gifts? How can you honor them? That's another way of saying it. How can you honor them more? Ground yourself. Okay, so this is Father Earth. It's about grounding. It's about processing things. It's about going slow. Not enough of us focus on the joy and the magic of going slow. You might have heard a little bit about the slow life. If you haven't looked it up, look it up. It's not realistic for everyone in its purest form, but the slow life can benefit all of us. So do look into going slower, grounding yourself, taking your time with things a little bit more. And I feel like that's because your gifts resonate a lot in the solar plexus and the sacral chakra. So clear quartz group, I feel like you could use some confidence. So get some carnelian. Why are these cards so far away from you? I feel like you could use some confidence. So get some carnelian. Or some citrine. Or sunstone, anything in like that solar plexus sacral chakra. Same thing with your clairsentience. I feel like you want to empower the sensory chakra, which is the sacral chakra. So you could do that with carnelian, as I mentioned, amber, sunstone, or to go higher if you're more of a like picking up on emotions and feelings, you might want to go with some citrine in this area, the solar plexus sacral area. And of course, you can always use some clear quartz to amplify any and all gifts, as well as fluorite or amethyst. That's why I chose those stones this week. And you'll need some grounding crystals, some hematite or some obsidian, or even a variety of jasper. Ground yourself, whatever resonates most with you. So clear quartz group, thank you for joining me. This is how you can work on your psychic abilities and spiritual gifts. Please let me know how it goes in the comments below. Every reading I share a little namaste and love and light, and I hope you received it today. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again next week. Thanks guys. Namaste. Namaste Fluorite group. As I mentioned in the introduction, we're going to be doing a reading on your psychic gifts, spiritual gifts, and clairs. For example, clairvoyance is when you see visions, clairaudience is when you hear psychic messages, and clairsentience is when you pick up on emotions and feelings of premonitions. So position number 1 is how can you enhance your gifts? How can you enhance the gifts that you've already been given? Don't worry, position number 2 clarifies what gifts you have been given. So position number 1, enhance your gifts by being well-rounded and grounded. Ground yourself, ground your practices like meditation, spiritual, mindfulness, any spiritual practices. Find yourself a grounded energy. Surround yourself with grounding crystals. You enhance your gifts most by strengthening that root chakra, in your case, fluorite group. You want to really be grounded to the earth. Some people work better when their root chakra is a little bit pulled back, and some people work better with their psychic gifts when their root chakra is all in. So definitely ground yourself and work on that root chakra experience, that grounded experience, the stability that you can bring to your situation. That flew out. Let's try that again. I think that's just clumsiness. What gifts do you have? As I mentioned in the last reading, I'm going to clarify as little or as much as this position necessitates. It's not always a simple read to pick up gifts in tarot, but this is when my intuitive skills come into practice. So what gifts do you have, Fluorite group? Okay, so that was pretty that was pretty cut and dry. Daughter of water, I feel like your empathy is very strong. You're going to pick up on people's states of minds and emotions. Definitely an empath we have here. And like I said, this won't resonate with everyone, and maybe you have more than one gift. But this is the one we're picking up on today for you, Fluorite group, is that ability to be an empath, pick up on emotions, pick up on people's heart space, and just really resonate in the emotional waters. So I do feel like that's going to be your gift in the emotional realm. And next we're going to explore something you should explore deeper, or how should you explore deeper? How should you get your empathy greater, or your other psychic gifts? How can you work on them? Okay, so somehow you feel stuck here. You feel somehow stuck, and I know the path of the empath is not an easy one. You feel everything deeply and intensely, but somehow you need to get yourself unstuck. I feel like something you should explore deeper is your feeling of being trapped or oppressed or weighed down by your gifts. Maybe you feel like your gift is more of a curse than a gift. So explore how you relate to your gifts and how you relate to being an empath. Explore the blessings or the light, and explore the downsides or things that you're have more mixed feelings about, or the shadow of being an empath. I feel like that's what you need to explore deeply, because somehow you feel like your gift may not be such a gift all the time. And how can you follow your intuition more? Intuition is like a friend. The more you heed it, this just flew out, so I guess it has to be yours. The more you heed it, the more it will speak to you and open up to you and engage with you. So how should you follow your intuition more? Let go of stress. Let go of the conflict you have. Really, Fluorite group, I feel like you're deeply intuitive when it comes to, and empathic here, when it comes to emotions in the emotional world. Sometimes that's people who have been through a lot of trauma or heartache pick up on emotions the best. And you feel conflicted about that. I'm really getting that energy that you feel somewhat conflicted about being able to feel everything so intensely. So resolve that within yourself and help overcome the stress and the worry of picking up on these feelings. You know, if you want, contact me. We can talk about ways to keep you balanced and grounded in the face of being an empath, and the highs and lows of that journey. But I do feel like you need to release the stress and the worry and the conflict and the torment in order to get in touch with your gifts of empathy and intuition. So with that being said, I feel like you need something to really transmute a lot of the funky things that happen when you're an empath. So I think that smoky quartz would be great. Selenite is a wonderful transmuter. And you also have here smoky quartz, selenite, and keep in mind there's also clear quartz, but I gave mine away. And to get more in touch with your emotional side and your emotional gifts, if that's something you're ready for, you may not be quite ready to go all in yet from this reading, but I want you to get some moonstone. Some labradorite. That's really the stone of emotion and intuition mixed together. Labradorite is here. Okay, so get some of that. You guys, I feel like you're already bringing a really balanced energy here, but you might want to ground yourself, because I noticed that you needed some grounding at the beginning. So hematite, smoky quartz as we mentioned, or a little bit of obsidian. Ground that energy, make you feel really strong and stable in the face of all these emotions you're being hit with, your own and others. Thank you for joining me, you guys. With every reading, I send out a little love and light and namaste vibes, and I hope you received it today. I hope to see you again next week. I come with a new reading weekly. Thanks for joining me, you guys. I really appreciate it. Namaste. Namaste, Amethyst group. As I mentioned in the introduction, this will be a reading about your psychic abilities and spiritual gifts. For example, your clairs, which is clairvoyance, which is seeing visions, clairaudience, which is hearing spiritual messages, and clairsentience, which is feeling premonitions. And that's just an example. There's many. For example, you can smell psychic information. Some people can. So it's for every 5 sense there's a clair. All right. So position number 1 is going to be how you can enhance your gifts. What you can do in order to enhance your gifts. So get comfortable in the fact that you are gifted, that you are spiritually gifted, that you are intuitive, that you do have blessings and gifts. Get comfortable with that and embrace that. That's the best way you can enhance your gifts. What gifts do you have? As I mentioned, I'm going to clarify this one as little or as much as need be. It's kind of a complex answer to a question to ask, but this is a very intuitive deck. What gifts do you have? This won't resonate with everyone, but it'll give you a better idea of what you're working with. Some people have, or a lot of people have more than one gift. For water, abundance, I feel like this is the ability to manifest. Some people are great with candle work, with invocations. You have a strong ability to manifest, and this could also be pointing towards empathy. So let's clarify that one. Once again, daughter of fire, and you see her here working with spiritual messages, with sage. So I do feel like you have a very good ability to manifest, to heal. Perhaps you hear intuitive messages about those gifts to heal or manifest or create or set intentions. So that is indeed your psychic, well, you're more of a spiritual gift, and your psychic ability may come in receiving messages in that regard of manifestation. I also feel like there's an emotional component there to your gifts as well. What is something you should explore deeper? What is something that you need to look into in order to hone your gifts? Take time to meditate, to practice mindfulness, to reflect. This is something you should explore deeper, is meditation, in order to really heighten your psychic gifts and spiritual abilities. I want you to meditate, reflect, practice mindfulness, astral project, do past life regressions. Anything you can do in that headspace of meditation, do it, because that's something that's going to really heighten your gifts. And finally, how can you better follow your intuition? This popped out of the deck. This is the Medicine Woman. Sorry, that's my dog. He's playing with his toy. This is the Medicine Woman. And I want you to explore your inner world. So this correlates very well with the 4 of air contemplation. As you meditate, astral project, try lucid dreaming, try exploring parallel lives. Anything you can do to go within and then eventually out as you connect with your higher self is going to help you to enhance your intuition, to follow your intuition and enhance your gifts. All right, guys, so in that regard, you need grounding. I want you to get some hematite, some tiger's eye grounding stones, some jasper. In order, I feel like there's a real fiery and emotional thing happening here. So intend to create, to manifest, and to connect to emotions. I want you to connect to that fire power, that sacral chakra, which is sunstone, and creativity, amber. I want you to get in touch with that. 4 of contemplation, you want a clear mind. That could be blue lace agate, selenite, or blue quartz. And finally, connect to the medicine woman within you, whether you're a man or woman. Get some amethyst, get some lapis, amethyst here, some lapis. Connect to your higher self. Connect to that 3rd eye and that crown chakra. Thank you for joining me, guys. With every reading, I send out a little love and light and namaste energy, and I hope you received it today. I hope to see you again next week. Namaste, guys. Thanks again.